Precisely regarding the issue of Huachicol, there were negotiations between you and some of the president's sons.
Of course not, it's completely absurd and out of touch with reality.
The journalist Jorge Chaparro took advantage of the morning press conference to question the security secretary about the alleged links between Adán Augusto López and the sons of former President López Obrador with fuel tax evasion, as well as the inconsistencies in the figures of the penitentiary system. In this video, I'll tell you how the exchange went and how Omar Garcia Harfuch responded. In one of the morning press conferences, journalist Jorge Chaparro from Mega Noticias took the opportunity to question not President Claudia Sheinbaum, but the security secretary, Omar Garcia Harfuch. During his intervention, the journalist started by asking about fuel tax fraud. He recalled that he has been requesting information about this case for 10 months without receiving a response. And he focused his questions on the statement of a protected witness in the investigation against the Farias brothers. Chaparro pointed out that, according to this witness's testimony, there is allegedly a connection between Senator Adán Augusto López and fuel tax fraud. In addition, he questioned an alleged negotiation between Harfuch and one of the sons of former President López Obrador to allow the continuous entry of fuel ships through the customs of Altamira and Tampico. In response to these allegations, the security secretary replied that he is unaware of the contents of the investigation file, but described the statements as absurd and far from reality. He also assured he has never had contact with the Los Farias brothers.
In the investigation opened against the Farias brothers, a protected witness spoke about a negotiation between you and the president's son. Do you acknowledge any truth in this witness's statement? Is he telling the truth? Were there negotiations between you and any of the president's sons?
Of course not, it's completely absurd. It's totally absurd and out of touch with reality.
At no point did they approach you to try to negotiate an agreement, let's say, to not investigate or not pursue this fight that you are carrying out today? No?
Not only that, I have never had any kind of conversation with the people mentioned.
And the journalist's questions didn't end there. He immediately brought up the discrepancies that, in his opinion, exists between the arrest numbers and the data from the prison system. Chaparro pointed out that at the beginning of the 6-year term, there were around 235,000 people in prison, while currently the number is about 270,000, which would mean an increase of approximately 30,000 people. However, she recalled that Harfuch has reported 60,000 arrests for high-impact crimes. And why isn't that increase reflected proportionally in the figures of the penitentiary system? Faced with this discrepancy, the official avoided answering directly and pointed out that the data can be verified by reviewing the prison population of each state. He said he will ask the Executive Secretariat to conduct the review to provide information, but stressed that for now, the important thing is the increase in detainees during the 6-year term.
The numbers of people entering and leaving prison were more or less, let's say, balanced.
Starting in 2025, around May, it begins to increase, but it doesn't reach 60,000. At this moment, there are 270,000. There are 35,000 more than at the beginning of the president's administration. Where are the other 30,000?
We can verify it by checking each state's prison population. We ask the Secretariat to do it and we report it very clearly. What's crucial is that in nearly 2 years of this administration, the prison population has increased by 14 to 15% due to the national security strategy, as more people are being detained for high-impact crimes.
Finally, there was a third topic that the journalist brought up. The so-called revolving door ended up being used to refer to cases in which the authorities detain alleged criminals, but they quickly regain their freedom. Chaparro pointed out that in some cases, the detainees aren't even being brought before the prosecutor's office. Regarding this, Harfuch assured that most of the arrests made by his department have arrest or search warrants, which, as he explained, strengthens the judicial processes. However, the journalist insisted and asked the secretary if there was any data to support that statement, to which Harfuch simply replied, yes.
You arrest them, but the courts release them. or you arrest them and they never reach the prosecutor's office.
It has been very clear lately with all the high-profile arrests we've announced here. Very few of the people whose arrests we've announced here have been released.
We can corroborate a statement with numbers. You have tracking numbers for each one of them, right?
What do you think about fuel tax fraud? Do you think Senator Adán Augusto López and the sons of former President López Obrador are involved? Tell us your opinion in the comments. And if you liked this video, don't forget to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Thank you.